Someone asked me about bike locks at Burningman, okay, and which ones I use. Now, a lot of people like cable locks. I will tell you something with cable locks, so super easy to cut off. It will deter someone from just randomly going on a joyride on your bike, but it will not stop someone who actually, if they want to steal your bike, they will cut through this. And they will cut through with some of these. Super easy, right? Look at that. Now, I always use chain locks out there, and I use these big, thick chains. Not sponsored by anyone. This is all my gear. And I always make sure I do the combo lock and not a key lock, because you can lose the key, right? But the combo lock. Now, with the combo locks, what I want you guys to do is you're either going to take, because you're going to bring some dry lube out there with you, right? Dry lube, this is for your bikes out there. So when the playa dust starts getting in there and sticking, you're going to use dry lube. You are going to use dry lube on your locks, on your zippers for your tent, shoes, whatever it is. This works wonders. You can also use a silicone spray, okay? This works really well too. But I want you to prep this and your bike with one of those before you leave home, okay? That's gonna help a lot while you're out there. You will have to reapply while you're there. This actually saved one of my campmates last year too, because I reapplied this multiple times during the week. And his his bike, he totally froze up. We put some of this on there, boom, he was good to go for the rest of the week. So definitely get something like this. The nice thing about chain locks, especially if they're like super thick chains, is that a bolt cutter is not going to cut through that. They're going to need an angle grinder. And I mean, if they really, really want your bike, it's going to take them 1 to 2 minutes to cut through this with an angle grinder. But at least there's going to be sound, sparks, everything. Now, when I lock it up just out on the playa, I'm just using one of these, right? But when I'm at camp, I actually have a really long one of these. So one of these chains, these bike chains. So I actually loop it through the tire, my car tire, and bring it around and lock my bike to that, in addition to the one that I lock up the wheel with. So there are 2 ways to deterrent a thief. I'm trying to get through, because now you're going to have to cut through 2 different locks, right? They could actually like pick up my bike and take it with them if they really want my 8-year-old bike. Then there's nothing I can do about it. It's probably going to have like some fluffy toy on the front, and it's going to be decorated. It's going to be decorated. If they're going to try to steal it, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, right? But it's definitely going to deter someone going from a joyride. But you do have to be careful, especially during burn night. Okay, Saturday and Sunday night, burn night, temple night. When you leave all of your gear behind, that's when the malicious people show up, and those are the ones that are going around and they're stealing generators and bikes and doing that nefarious stuff. So that is the time to really make sure that all of your gear and everything is secured, because you're not going to be taking your bike out to Manburn. Okay, you're going to be walking to Manburn, because they're not going to allow you to park your bike anywhere around there. If you've ever seen photos, this is for my newbies. So everybody walks to Manburn and they leave all their stuff behind. So that is the time that you want to make sure that you have your camp just locked down. Okay, and then just one more thing with relation to bikes. Okay, for your bike, all right, I have this whole bag full of gear with lights and more lube, and not only that, a spare tire. Actually, I've got 2 spare tires, so just in case one of mine pops. And also I have a spare chain. Like I said, my bike is 8 years old, so 9 years old, 8, whatever. Old enough where something like this can happen. And I do check it out before I leave, but you always, you never know what's going to happen out there. We don't know what the weather's going to be like out on playa this year. Now, there are some camps out there, some wonderful camps where people actually donate their time to fix bikes, but they're not going to have the specific things that you need. Okay, so you need to bring the things that are specific for your bike. Help them, help you, help them. Yeah, something like that. So, all right. I hope that answered that. I'm going to get to some more questions, okay?